what's up, YouTube? Welcome to, what is this called?
Live Q&A?
Live question and answer. You have questions, I have answers. So, we get asked about this.
Do a little housekeeping, make sure everything sounds right first.
Oh, yeah. Let us know where we're at, how it sounds. This is an imperfect science. This live streaming part of the internet world is an absolutely imperfect science. So many things have to happen and line up for it to be perfect. Not the least of which is the internal Wi-Fi that we have that is generally really good. And then we go do something like this and then there's, you know, there's lags and stuff like that. So,
coffee machines going off.
Yeah, everything. So here's what the point of this is. It's let you guys ask questions. I will answer them. And I've got, you know, you ask. As soon as Max sends me a link, I'll be able to look at your questions and then I can answer. In the meantime, I'm sitting here responding to some comments on the channel.
First question in your...
How about this? Hold on, let me read this. I really hate this dude, never watching a video again, effing pussy. Okay. See ya. I mean, I don't know what I'm not really sure what to say about that. I'm not sure what I did to cause him to call me an effing pussy. I mean, I don't think I am. And by the way, if I was, who gives a shit, right? It's not a big deal. Look, if it's not obvious, and clearly to some people it's not, the point of this channel is simple. I make relatively easy things to help you up your food game at home. That's it. You watch, I cook, hopefully you take some things away and then you make them. It's that simple. It's really that simple, so.
Sent you a question that you can start with.
Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Let's see. Can you order Japanese mayo from Costco, Sam's Club? No, you can. You can order it off of Amazon. And I haven't done that. We've got a couple great Asian markets here in San Diego that we can go to, and I feel like it's $3.50, $4 a tube. A tube. Tube's not the right word. This is, sorry. Is that, what would you call that? Squeeze bottle.
Yeah, a squeeze bottle.
A squeeze bottle. And that's how it comes. And honestly, the very first bottle, it's sitting on a shelf, it's weird. Well, regular mayo before you open it is on a shelf. I don't know what freaked me out about that, but if you haven't had it, you know I use it all the time. Probably the things I use most often are Japanese mayonnaise and green onions, because I have this obsession with them. I used to call it a fetish, and my kids said, "Dad, that sounds like you're doing something freaky with them. Don't call it a fetish." Okay, good point. I won't. I'll just call it an obsession. And I do like it, but I like to finish things with a little green on top often, so. Let's see.
Another good topic of discussion that we get a lot of questions about.
Yeah, the flat top outside, that round thing that I cook on all the time. By the way, today's episode, I think we called it the best burger I've ever made, and there's not a word of BS in that. I've cooked a lot of burgers. I've cooked them on my grill, my barbecue. I've smoked them on my Traeger. I've done them sous vide and then finished them in a cast iron pan. I don't think anything beats the burger that's on YouTube today. It's a flattened diner style smashed burger, simply made a little sauce, cheese, and sauteed onions. It's just freaking amazing. It's so amazing that I bought myself a, stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on. I bought yesterday No ad. So sorry. So somebody will say it's an ad. I did those chili Frito bags the other day. Somebody bitched that it was an ad for Hormel. Hormel has no effing clue who I even am. And trust me, if it was an ad for anybody, there'd be a lot more of them in it, aside from just opening a can of the freaking chili. Anyway, there's a burger on YouTube that we've done that's what are those green peppers called? Those long green peppers?
Pasillas?
Pasillas. No, the other word.
I don't know.
So there's a burger that I did. So stupid on camera. Poblanos. It's a poblano, roasted poblanos and onions go on top of this burger. But before I made the burger into a burger, I combined half ground chuck and half ground brisket. I went to a local supermarket. I gave them a piece of brisket that they had. They ground it. I mixed it. It was amazing. So then we do these burgers. This burger we shot the other day for this flattened burger. It is so good. Honestly, best burger I've made. That now this Sunday night will be burger night here. Family's coming over. But I wanted half brisket and half chuck for this. And the supermarket that ground it for me before wouldn't do it. So I bought this. It's 40 bucks off of Amazon that sits on top of my KitchenAid blender, a mixer, and will grind the brisket exactly the way I want. I'm telling you, a 50-50 blend of chuck and brisket is unbelievable. Cooking, it smells like a steak. Eating, it tastes like a steak burger. It's amazing. So 40 bucks, I'm happy. Sunday will be a big day around here. I'll try and take some pictures and do something with it. I mean, look, for quick pictures and stuff like that, it's usually my Instagram. So if you follow me at The Cooking Guy, you'll get updates and things there for, smaller things like that. All the videos come here, but yeah. So can I have that link so I can look at?
What link?
I don't know where to even watch this.
Oh.
I'm suffering here. I'm trying to figure out.
Go to YouTube. Go to our YouTube page. YouTube.com/SamTheCookingGuy, and I'm sure you'll be.
Oh, live stream. There it is, live now.
We actually just got a super chat from Endeavor Marketing Group. Can you make some tortas?
Oh, I can make some tortas.
We've done a torta in the past, haven't we?
I don't think we have.
Nothing?
So Mexican bread, really amazing. In San Diego, look, it's amazing here. We have no problem finding that. Yes. We can absolutely do that. I did a version of that with chorizo when I came back from a Mexican trip a few years ago. It was freaking fantastic. Chorizo, cooked, melted cheese. Somebody corrected me today on Instagram. I put the word melty. And melty's not a word. I go, well, it looks like a word. It writes like a word. I don't know why it's not a word. And it's great, incredibly amazing Mexican bread that you should get wherever you are. So let's see, I don't know where to go. Do I go to the top or the bottom? Oh, there's lots of questions.
Yeah, I sent you some.
Thanks, Klaus. Appreciate it. From Spain. Let me just say this, by the way, as I'm hearing the word Spain there, we will be doing some holiday stuff. She is. Yeah, you can absolutely look for that. Major guac. Tommy made the guac a couple weeks ago. Too much cilantro though. That's cool. Now you know. Look, that's cooking, right? You make something once, you go to make it a second time. You know now. Don't put too much cilantro or chorizo or ketchup or whatever it is. But just let me say, as I saw Klaus's comment about being in Spain. So we put up a question a few weeks ago saying, look, if we were going to go shoot a travel show someplace, where should it be? We got a million suggestions. So we've taken what appear to be the top 3, and we're going to put them as a poll that you can respond to. You will decide. We can't control the poll. So you will decide where you want us to shoot. And we'll do food. Really, mostly food in this place. So the choices are going to be Dublin, Ireland, which I was surprised to see that as one of the most requested places.
We've got people there.
We've got people there. By the way, our second largest audience outside of the United States is the United Kingdom. Go figure. So Dublin, Ireland would be one. Hong Kong will be the second one, and the third in the mix will be Mexico City. I've been to Hong Kong, not been to Ireland, not been to Mexico City, dying to go to Mexico City, but I will go where you tell us to go. And Max and I will go and we'll shoot and we'll report back, and it will be about the food. Now, that being said, let me tell you that on Saturday, October 27th, Max and I will be shooting in London, England for the day. I have to go for some work. Max is going to fly over. We're going to do 24 hours of food in London, what you should eat, what you must eat, what you need to eat. And there will be perhaps some old favorites. Scotch pie is one of mine. Scotch egg. Yes, fish and chips at a place called Poppy's that I love. But if there's things you want to know about in London, leave a comment. If you're from there and you think we should cover something, let us know. And we'll do it. We got a whole day. We got 24 hours. Huh?
What if we met some people?
What if we met some people? Yeah, let's have a beer. Reach out if you live there and you want to hang for at least a beer and while we shoot something in a pub, because you know we're going to be in a pub. I have a couple favorites. Let us know. Okay. Let's see.
You got all those questions.
Oh, Garth says this counter view camera has no sound.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Garth. Max figured it out. Can you make a smoked brisket? I can make a smoked brisket. And Marquez Johnson, you do know it's a lengthy process. It's like 13 to 16, 17 hours, but it's doable and it's amazingly delicious. They're a little tough. It's not like smoking a pork shoulder or a pork butt that are almost foolproof. But yes, we'll absolutely do that. Holiday meal sounds like a plan. Thank you. My burgers consist of no mustard. Thousand Island, yes. I don't know if that means no mustard or Thousand Island. I'm just telling you, that burger, you want to go watch that video of that burger. You want to make that. And I will not ever in this house make a burger without flattening it before it cooks. It's just not going to happen. It's 1,000 times better.
That burger was just insane.
Spencer's asking where to buy Japanese mayo. Amazon for sure, or any Asian market in the city you're in. Choice of beef for fajitas. You know, we shot something not too long ago and I used flap steak, and I hadn't really used it. I hadn't really used it before, Chris, but it is freaking amazing. Flank is not my choice, and I know some people like flank. Trust me, we did the carne asada, and I got a lot of shit because I used this flap, but I also put soy in it, and people freaked out and said that's not the way to do it. You can't do that. That no self-respecting Mexican cook would use soy. Just let me remind people, I'm not Mexican, I'm Jewish, I'm from Canada. What the hell do I know? All I know is what tastes good to me. And if it tastes good to me, there's a chance it will taste good to you. Just because Martha Stewart makes, who knows, some lemon tart doesn't mean you're going to dig it. You got to try these things and make them your own. I got an email from a guy once, I don't remember what the recipe was, but if there was 6 things in the recipe, he only had like 2 of them. He goes, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. I substituted that, I substituted this. And at the end he said, thanks for encouraging me to cook. And really that's all this is about. I want you to cook at home, eat better, that kind of stuff. South stands can't see the sound. That's definitely fixed, right?
Yes.
AJ just wrote F. Not sure what that means. Persians love to use, Eleftherio says, Persians love to use Thousand Island dressing for some reason. You know what, so do I. Thanks for doing the Hollandaise episode the other day. Did you see that? The blender Hollandaise. Look, I keep a pack of powdered Hollandaise that you just add butter to and milk. I'm telling you, your own Hollandaise just kicks ass. And here's the lesson. Let's say you don't want to make my version of blender hollandaise. You want to use one of those little packs. Use it. Still add the sriracha because it's way freaking better.
Got a question from Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Got people everywhere. It's so cool.
I like that. What's the question?
Oh, I sent it to you. It's right there.
Oh, sorry. I'm going down this list. Hold on.
Yeah, somebody they want us to try and make arepas.
Oh, arepas. Oh, I've never tried that. Huh?
We've made certain things.
We've not made arepas. Wait a second. Who's from Canada? I'm from Vancouver. Still proudly Canadian. Still proudly Canadian. Sam, you could use that weight on your griddle to smash the burgers. You know what? You're right, David. I probably could have. And it's wider. It's wide. It's called a steak weight. I use it for grilled cheese all the time, all kinds of things. I probably could have used this. I don't know why I didn't take it outside with me. But that's a good idea.
I just sent you a super chat, and I'm going to send you another one.
Yeah. Am I going to know?
It's in your chat. They're all in your
super chat. Have you tried picanha? Yes. So picanha is the steak that the Brazilians love. If you've been to a Brazilian steak restaurant, fogo de chao is an example. You know, where they come around with the skewers of the beef and the chicken and the whatever, and they slice off beautiful pieces and put on your plate and you eat till you burst. Picanha is this beautiful fatty capped little roast thing that you slice and then you take the pieces and you skewer them. I have, and it was amazingly delicious. I did it on a rotisserie actually. Or my egg, I have a Caliber Pro Kamado egg with a rotisserie. And I rotisseried this. And what happens is you cook, you slice the outside. If it's not done enough, then it goes back on. And then you take it off and you keep slicing. It's amazing. Could I make French fry related video without using the damn... Fuck. Sorry, Danny, yes. God, can you? He's mad that I use frozen French fries, I think. Yes. Yes, we can. I should write that down. Fries.
Your mind wants to know why you're always making dorm college recipes.
You know what? It's a funny question. Free your mind.
Lots of dorm.
Free your mind. I didn't go to college. I mean, I went for 2 years at community college. I didn't technically graduate. I'm still missing some accounting credits. It's been long enough now. I don't think I'm going back. But I don't know. I feel like we make the food that we're kind of being asked to on this channel. Is that not right?
Yes.
You guys tell us what you want and we'll make it. Trust me.
Well, not everything, but...
It's a lot easier, you guys suggesting ideas than us having to come up with stuff every time. Can you use beer? What can you use besides beer in your recipes if you're allergic to beer? What would you be thinking of? Well, would a non-alcoholic beer work? Who's this? This is Carmen. Carmen, can you have non-alcoholic beer? Is it the alcohol that's no bueno for you, or is it the... I don't know a whole lot about a non-alcoholic beer, but really, it's the flavoring that you want. It's that sort of like yeasty, malty, hoppy flavoring that you want. So I think I would try that. Next special, Not Taco. The Sunday chicken dinner is amazing. Thank you. Eloptimus Prime. Oh, Eloptimus Prime. So if you don't know, I have a taco shop here in San Diego called Not Tacos because they're not Mexican tacos. San Diego already has an amazing array of fantastic Mexican tacos. I didn't need to bring more. So my tacos are things like pastrami and eggplant parmesan. There's a bratwurst for the month of October with warm German potato salad and braised red cabbage and then the flat griddled bratwurst on top. So I can tell you right now, the next special taco, Eloptimus Prime, is a Thanksgiving breakfast taco. And it will be scrambled eggs with vegetables, mushrooms, cheese, and stuffing in it. Thanksgiving breakfast taco. That will start November 1st. I can't wait for that.
Sent you a bunch of good questions.
Oh, you did.
All in a row.
Memory Lane Cinema says, kosher, question mark? No. And then said, haha, fuck religion, mate. I don't know. I just said I was Jewish. I didn't say I was religious.
What kind of oil do you have in the squirt bottles?
Oh, the squirt bottles. I have olive oil. I have avocado oil. And somewhere maybe some peanut oil. Avocado oil burns at a very high smoke point. Olive oil burns here. So if I'm stir frying, I'll use the avocado oil. When oil burns, not only does it smell bad, but it gives off a bad flavor that you don't want. And then when stuff starts smoking and burning, you feel like you got to take it off the heat. And if you do that, you're stopping cooking maybe when you shouldn't be. So you want to use an oil for high heat cooking that has a really high smoke point, and I use avocado oil for that. Peanut oil is another good substitute, except with peanut oil, you got to worry if people have peanut allergies. When I was a little kid, nobody had peanut allergies. Everybody ate peanut butter all over the place. I don't know what's happened to the world, but now there's peanut allergies and they're legit. I was on a plane once, they announced their things. We'll be coming down the aisle. They came down the aisle and I said, oh, I'll have some of the cashews. And she goes, oh no, no cashews. I go, I'm like the 8th row down, no cashews? And she goes, no, 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 someone has a peanut allergy. And I go, oh, I understand. Okay, well, I promise I won't go stuff any of my cashews in their mouth. She goes, no, you can't. We can't even give them to you. It's that serious. So I think peanut oil, see you later. Avocado oil, it's in its place. Olive oil for flavoring. Extra virgin olive oil. Drizzling, that kind of stuff. A filet, a steak with some cooked beautifully with some blue cheese on top and really good extra virgin olive oil over the top of it. That's a thing. It's a really delicious thing. And by the way, stupid analogy, but extra virgin olive oil is like cowboy boots. And if you've ever worn cowboy boots, which I don't own any, I know they fit to your foot. First day, they could fit 3 people. The end of the first month, they've worked themselves to snug around your foot. They're very personal. Extra virgin olive oil is like that. Find a good cookware store that lets you try 2 or 3. Because some of them have like a really bitter finish. I don't like that. I like a fruitier extra virgin olive oil. And I can hear somebody going, ah, he likes fruity olive oil. I do. It's nice. It's a good thing. Braveheart, what watch are you wearing? I'm wearing a MOC. What's it called again? It's like about 180 bucks. There's a MOC. What's it called?
People often think it's.
Everybody thinks it's an expensive watch. It's not. I can't remember I don't know. I can't remember what it is, but I like it. I didn't like having it. I get my ideas, Chad, from you guys sometimes. But Max and I spend, honestly, it may seem frivolous, but we spend a lot of time sitting down going, what would you guys like? Look, I know if I put a salad up, a couple people will like it. I do this burger, this best ever burger that we have on there now, and in a few hours, it's got an awful lot of thousands of likes, so and views. So it's your appetite that we're feeding. It's not mine. Mine might be boring. I don't know. If it was just me making the decisions for what I wanted to eat all the time, honestly, it would probably be eggs, like 75%, because that's my go-to. I'm a guy. I think most guys like eggs. We can cook eggs. I know guys, they can't make a damn thing, but breakfast they can make. They kill at breakfast. Burger, don't ask them. Sandwich, not gonna happen. Made some nachos with sweet chili, Doritos, Hormel chili, no beans, Blanco queso, nice. What's my job? Hala Madrid, it's this. I know it doesn't look like it's just the YouTube thing, but so it's things that you don't see. I shoot stuff for Bumblebee Tuna, stuff for a company called Chosen Foods that makes the avocado oil.
Wait 1 sec.
That kind of stuff. So.
My battery's about to die.
We gotta.
It's okay.
We gotta fix something here, guys. Can you make a suggestion for someone who wants to learn to cook? Yeah. Hey, Julie. Here's the suggestion.
Point to this camera and just say 1 sec.
Say one sec.
This one down here. This one down here.
But can they hear me there?
Hold
on 1 sec.
You're back.
Oh, I'm back. Everybody can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Let me answer Julie's question. Can you make a suggestion for someone who wants to learn to cook? Yes. I wrote this at the beginning of my 3rd cookbook, the little forward, whatever thing. Cooking is like riding a bike. The more you do it, the better you get. Here's the reality. Everything is like riding a bike. The more you do it, the better you get. Do you remember the first time you rode a bike, Julie? What happened? You probably fell off, hurt your butt, scraped an elbow or a knee, right? I'm gonna guess you can ride a bike now. And the only difference between then and now is practice. Same thing with cooking. Before I started a cooking show, I didn't really cook. I had plans for a travel show. And my timing was not so great. 9/11 happened. Nobody was buying a travel show in the days following 9/11, especially somebody who'd never been on TV or had ever cooked. So, that being said, I had to come up with something. And I came up with cooking, and not because I cooked, but because I watched a really shitty cooking segment on the local news here in San Diego. In the days following 9/11, I went, wow, somebody should do that better. And then I went, oh crap, I have nothing to do. I could do that better. Told my wife when she came home from work that day, going to start a cooking show, and she goes, excellent idea, honey, just one thing. And I go, what? She goes, you can't cook. And I know, but my stuff's going to be so easy, anybody can do it. So here's my suggestion, Julie. Once a week, at least, you find a recipe. It doesn't have to be mine, somebody's. But here's a hint. If you choose Emerald, you're going to be looking at about 14 ingredients and then another 12 for the sauce. Find something easy and make it. And I guarantee you, if it doesn't work out the first time, the second time you'll know why. Too much sugar, too long in the pan. Look, just because some famous celebrity chef says, cook that piece of chicken for 45 minutes in the oven at 500 degrees, if at 30 minutes in you're smelling smoke and seeing smoke, then maybe it's the recipe isn't right. Maybe your oven's not calibrated. But I'm telling you, the second time you go to make that piece of chicken, you'll know. You just need practice. And start with some easy stuff. Like a grilled peanut butter and jelly, which sounds ridiculous, but you make peanut butter and jelly, good bread, close it up. You could cut it and eat it, or you could butter the outsides and then cook it in a pan like a grilled cheese. Now you're talking.
We've done that pretty recently.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
I want to hear your thoughts on legalization in Canada, just like Justin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, way to go, Canada. Second country in the world to go all legal for marijuana.
Pretty awesome.
Epic. Epic for them. Way to go. State so long. What's so bad? Alcohol is much worse. It's much worse for people. Trust me, if I had to be driving down the street, the freeway, with a car on either side of me and a choice of whether I wanted them drunk on either side of me or stoned, I'm taking stoned any day of the week. I can't drive stoned. It just doesn't work for me. I know I've got to confine that to here or wherever, but I'm not getting behind the wheel because it doesn't work for me. But I know people that function really well like that. And trust me, I'm taking 2 stoned people on the freeway beside me over 2 drunk people any day of the week.
Hey, so really quickly, the question that you were answering when we had to switch batteries in the camera was the job question.
Yeah.
And that's one we get so often, and so we just
yeah.
asked it again. So just, you can quickly circle back to it.
Yeah, so job question is, so yes, I do this. And this isn't really full time. I mean, we shoot, you know, we air 3 times a week. We had been airing 2, and now we're adding a 3rd one a week called Kitchen Basics. That blender hollandaise is a perfect example. I do corporate stuff, things that you wouldn't really see. Like I shoot for Bumblebee Tuna and Chosen Foods and companies like that. I'll be going to London, as I've said, next week for a company here in San Diego called Qualcomm, that I don't do food stuff with them. I actually interview people. Because I do that reasonably well enough that they like me to do it. So I'll go with the small crew. 2 other people will sit in a room with the chief technology officer of a big company, and I will ask questions. It'll get turned into a little short video. You won't hear me, you won't see me, but I'm the guy sitting across from him asking him about technology and stuff like that. So do I do other stuff? I'm looking at Max.
not tacos?
Oh yeah, and I have the restaurant. I might have gotten cut off. Yes, and I have a little restaurant called Not Tacos.
Long story short is you've been the cooking guy since 2002, right?
Yeah, I've been making a living at this since 2002. Well, that's not true. My first year as Sam the Cooking Guy, I made this much. The second year, I think I made $16,000. So my first 2 years, I averaged $8,000 a year. And yes, of course, it's gone up, but.
And lately, we've focused a lot more on YouTube because we love the platform, we love the independence, and how we can be creative and have a lot of fun. And
yeah, YouTube for us has been great. It really has. The interaction is fantastic. Look, apart from the troll part of it, which is a fact of life. Look, I've been on TV since 2002, and I have a lot of people that email and say, you're an effing D-bag and you have no right to be on TV. And trust me, in the beginning, oh, it drove me crazy. And I would email these people back and you don't understand, I'm trying not to do this and blah, blah, blah. I like paragraphs. And one day my wife, who's way brighter than I am, said, what the hell are you doing? Why are you making yourself crazy over this stuff? Who cares? And there was just this sudden change. And I stopped caring. Like if somebody says, every time I make your food, it's salty. Well, maybe one of us is making a mistake. Maybe I'm screwing up on my recipe. So I listen to things. But when people just call me a jackass or an effer or whatever, and who gave you the right, and I don't know. It doesn't bother me anymore.
Who gave you the right?
I remember I was in business with my father, and we had a great relationship in the beginning. As Max is hearing this right now, Max is my oldest son, who shoots and edits all the stuff. And I punched a hole in the wall one day from Kelly and I had a frozen yogurt shop in Arizona in Tempe, and business was bad, like really bad, because they had torn up the whole street in front. And my father would call and ask about business, and I would send him, the weekly reports and stuff. And one day on the phone, he's getting really pissed because business is bad. I'm going, you don't understand. You can't get to the location. And he said, can I say a bad word?
You've said enough.
Okay. This is exactly, my father said this to me. We're on the phone. He goes like this: if you weren't so busy fucking, business would be better. And I just went, damn it. And I slammed the phone down, and I turned and I punched the wall, and my fist went into it. And I'm like 5'10" and a half. I'm not a big, beefy, strong guy. But I hit that wall hard enough that I put a big ass dent in it. And about a month later, somebody asked me about how often I saw my father. And he lived in Canada then. I said, maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. And as I said that, I went, why am I hanging on to this anger? He's not going to change. I have to be the one. My relationship with my father changed that day. Instantly. Like the day, why did I start talking about this? Oh, because Kelly telling me not to worry about the people that say shitty things about me. I'm okay about it. The thing is, somebody can write and say you're an asshole, or you're stupid, or you can't cook, or anything. You're fat, you're dumb, you're bald, you're an ass. And it doesn't bother me. The thing that does bother me a little bit, now that I'm going to say this, somebody's going to write this. When somebody goes, oh, you're trying to be so freaking cool. I'm not trying to be anything but me, honestly. Yeah. And my friends and family, The people closest to me will tell you. I'm exactly this when there's not a camera in front of me. Damn it. Oh, look at me. I'm all getting all jacked up and worked up over this.
Oh, Ryan had a question, and this is one that I have because we're going there soon.
Yeah.
What are your favorite things to eat in England?
Well, I started to say...
What are we going to do?
I started to say, I do like pub food. So things they make in a pub, maybe fish and chips, but a proper fish and chip shop is the place to get those. And you will see us go to a place called Poppy's. That's fantastic. A Scotch egg is a hard-boiled egg with a layer of sausage, breading, like breadcrumbs that's been deep fried. Love that. A little pork pies called Scotch pies, high-sided, unbelievable. One of my favorite things. Sausage rolls. Oh my God, a proper British sausage roll is fantastic.
Did you say meat pies?
I said meat pies. Yeah.
Guinness?
Oh, Guinness. Oh, well, I think they're
That's
asking
Irish,
food, but that's Irish, yeah. But so if you want Guinness, then tell us to go to Dublin, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're just tuning in, we're putting a poll up. 3 cities, Hong Kong, Dublin, and Mexico City. Where do you want to see us shoot? Once you've answered, we will put that city on our list and we will go. We will be shooting in London, England on September 27th.
Oh, yeah.
Comment with where you think we should go, food that you would like to see us eat. And if you live there and you want to grab a beer, then maybe we can grab a beer. Be in a quick little segment with us while we try something. All right?
So much good stuff coming up. Make sure you subscribe.
Oh, yeah, subscribe.
Point to where they need to go.
I don't know.
You know.
Here.
Yeah.
Subscribe here.
Somewhere there.
Subscribe here. Are we good? We want more?
Yeah, let's go a little bit longer.
We can go longer. We're good.
Yeah, we're still
yeah, we answered that
Make
question.
sure you
Legalization.
go check out today's episode if you guys haven't seen it. I mean, he's not just blowing smoke. That burger was ridiculous. We sat here basically speechless for a half an hour after.
Neil Grubb, how's it going, eh? Neil's in Canada. Austin, the name of the stove thing we cook on outside, that round thing is called an Evo. We'll try and do as many questions as we can. Evo. They're made in Portland. Portland. And apart from like 1% or 2% of some weird wiring, they're all American made. It's fantastic. Full English breakfast or bangers and mash.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love that. I don't know that I'm in love with blood sausage, but we'll be definitely eating some. Which cuisine? Ashwin says, my favorite cuisine or the best in my opinion. You know, I don't know that my opinion matters, but my favorite stuff, I like Asian food.
Yeah.
Japanese, Chinese, always been my favorite. That kind of thing.
Din Tai Fung the other night.
Yeah, we ate at a place. San Diego has a new chain restaurant from Taiwan called Din Tai Fung.
It's from Shanghai, I thought.
No, Taiwan.
Oh.
Yeah, originally from Taiwan. That makes soup dumplings that are ridiculous. Like a dumpling with liquid inside. It's the fat melts. They're fantastic. And by the way, on my what to eat in England, #1 food in England, Indian food. Huge Indian population. Some of the best Indian food anywhere in the world
Bala
is in
asked
London.
You if you have ever cooked Indian food, actually.
No.
He was asking earlier. We've never done that.
Oh,
but
I haven't
we
done
need
Indian
to.
food. You know who would ask that?
Bala.
Bala.
B-A-L-A.
Bala. I haven't. I fear it's too complicated. It's like 3 main ingredients and 75 spices.
We have a neighbor that
We have a neighbor that can help. Julie knows that stuff. We'll see. Maybe if I could get my head around some easier things. By the way, I did make naan the other day. Not that it's necessarily an Indian thing, but I did make myself some naan the other day. And by the way, it is amazingly delicious.
Shout out to Deborah Crabtree at the hospital in Vegas.
Deborah, what'd she do?
That's a little bit.
It's too much to ask?
Jeez, yes.
Deborah's in the hospital. Okay,
God.
Deborah.
It's not like she's at Disneyland. Like,
She could make something up. But wait, she might want a little shout out for whatever. Maybe it's her appendix. Maybe she's having an enhancement.
Yeah,
who knows?
The point is you don't ask.
I just did. I'm sorry, Deborah, if that was too... It's not like I asked. And do people know who Deborah is? She might tell. Let's see. Hang in. Deborah, tell us. What's up, sweetheart? We wanted to wish you, good thoughts. for whatever it is. Maybe it's just an ankle thing. Maybe you ripped your Achilles like I did.
I'm seeing mentions of the Evo.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't know that we gave away a $3,000+ Evo last year.
Yeah, by the way,
Gave away.
last Christmas we did the 10 days of Sam's Giving, and we gave away some great stuff, including an Evo. So we're going to try and come up with some fun stuff again this year. Kyle wants to know videos on making desserts or sweet food like cakes. I'll be honest, Kyle, I don't have the biggest sweet tooth. There's only one person in our family that has a legitimate sweet tooth, and he's behind the camera. And he can't get me to do that necessarily. Kitchen tour, Max, can we answer this?
Kitchen tour, yeah, talk about it.
Can we do it? Can we do it next week?
Yes, that was our plan. We're doing it for next week's Kitchen Basics. It's
okay.
going to be the Wednesday
So
episode.
Next Wednesday's episode, South Texas Rover, will be the kitchen tour for sure. I can't forget this. I have to write this down.
We got a super chat from Brian, and I love this one because
Go ahead.
Make this. Can you make a chicken fried steak video?
Oh, chicken fried steak.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. You know, I'll tell you this.
Jewish boys from Southern California. That's not really in our wheelhouse, but we'll do it.
My wife, Kelly, will talk about episodes and stuff, and I'll say things that we've been making. And she looks at me sometimes and she goes like this, "You're killing people." And I go, "What?" She goes, "You're killing people with the food." I go, "Look, I eat the food. I'm not dying. I mean, I don't know that I'm the healthiest person inside." But here's the thing. I was on the Today Show years ago. I was making white chicken enchiladas that are on the website that we've made that you can find and watch on YouTube. And as I was adding the cream and the cheese, Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb said, "Uh-oh." And I go, "Uh-oh what?" And they go, "Look at all the fat you're putting in there." And I go, "Here's the thing. If a recipe says serves 6 or 8, it should. Don't eat the whole freaking thing yourself." That's the thing. That's, like, Kelly thinks I'm killing people. I'm not saying make 10 enchiladas and eat them all yourself, God damn it. I'm saying make enchiladas and eat one. Chicken fried steak? Fuck yes, we're going to make chicken fried steak. I'm putting it down. Oh my God, this is so good.
I want to do that soon. We're going to have to shoot something before we go to London, so maybe that'll be it. Oh, you know what? I was going to tell you about this off camera, but I can just tell you about it now.
Yeah.
There's this
Can they hear you?
Super cool little international market. It's like in a back alley gym almost in Shoreditch.
Shoreditch.
And it is legendary.
We're going to go there.
It's the coolest thing.
Okay, I can't have too long of a conversation with you because it's not good entertainment.
Okay, fine. Jeez.
Sorry.
People want to
Okay, so look, Deborah wrote, chronic kidney illness. Did I have to be in the hospital for a week or so at a time? I watch your videos when I'm here. See, that was cool. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And if you're getting an enhancement and you wanted to write about a fake kidney disease thing, then that's okay too. I'm only kidding. We're thinking about you now. Everybody, think about Deborah. She's in the hospital. That's a bummer. Recurring stuff that you got to get in for. I've known some people that have had to do that. It's not great. So we'll definitely be thinking about you.
Question from Oliver.
Yep.
Why do you prefer Vaughn's over Ralph's?
Oh, I was at Ralph's yesterday. You know what? How does Oliver know that?
You've talked about it before, I
Oh,
think.
I don't prefer Vaughn's
I don't think
over
you
Ralph's.
mentioned it today.
I don't prefer Vaughn's over Ralph's. I'm a lazy son of a bitch, Oliver. I have a Vaughn's, which is now Pavilions, literally a 3-minute car ride from here. The Vaughn's is probably 8, which is really not a lot. It's definitely twice as much. And when I need something at the last minute, because I'm dumb and I forget, it's a quick trip over there. And I know the store really like the back of my hand. But
right?
as I was talking about the burger and wanting to grind my own meat and getting the meat grinder, I went to Ralph's because that's the place that ground brisket for me to put in this burger. And there was a new guy yesterday and he goes, "We can't grind meat for you." It's like, "But you grind meat to put in the counter, can't you?" He goes, "No." And I also got there a little late and they were hosing down the back room, so that wasn't going to happen. Do you have a favorite knife and how do you define a great knife? This is Ferdinand. That's really interesting, and I wonder if that should be a kitchen basics because there is a little bit more to discuss.
Everything about knives, absolutely.
But I'm going to say one thing, and this was pointed out to me. Nobody move, sorry. I'm just going right here.
We can follow you, remember?
No, it's okay. I can go right here. This is a slicing knife. Like for making longer cuts. And I'll talk about this when we do the video. This is not a great utility knife. This is not a good everyday knife. My mom used to use something like this. And it's not good because your knuckles are at the exact same plane as the knife. And then when you go to cut, I don't know, can you see, Max, just show right here for a second.
Yeah. Good.
Do you see that gap? When you go to cut stuff, that gap right here is preventing things from being cut. As opposed to a knife like this, right? That has a much wider blade. And when I cut, the knife comes all the way down. I'll explain that in the thing. You really only need 3 knives. And they don't have to be expensive ones. And I'll tell you something. I wish I could remember who these guys were. There's no name on it. I got sucked into an Instagram ad one day. It was a $30 knife. They were doing like circumcising children and cutting tomatoes off. It was this knife could do everything, and I bought it. And once I hit buy, and a few days later, I was like, what a dope. I buy like a shitty $30 knife off the internet. Honestly, it's one of my favorite knives right now. It's fantastic. I don't know how to find it again. I guess look back in emails. But this basically a chef's knife. Curved blade. We'll talk about this. So that will be coming up. We'll do that.
And more live streams will be coming up too because these are fun.
Garth Clark. So true. The big pussies in corp won't allow the butchers to grind meat to order. Completely ass backwards. I'm going to tell you right now. Ground chuck from the supermarket is fine and very good. And those burgers were amazing. The burger that's on YouTube today that we just put up. If I ground my own, and the beautiful part, the reason you want to grind your own is because it's not densely packed. And when it's not densely packed, there's room in between the strands of the ground beef that the fat and the moisture run through, thereby making it juicier, right? So even if you just bought a piece of chuck and ground it yourself, you'd be ahead of the curve. But now what I'm going to do this weekend is I'm going to take ground chuck, combine it with ground brisket, and maybe throw a little short rib in just for good luck.
Just for good luck.
And then grind it separately, all the pieces. Then take those pieces, put them all back in and grind it another time or two so it's all fully mixed. Those will be some badass burgers. Badass. Oh boy, I get so worked up. Where can I find the big cutting boards that you have on your counter? This guy right here. Can they see this?
There's about
Can you just go down a bit?
In the garage.
Yeah. This cutting board right here came from San Francisco from a place called The Walk Shop. It's not a commercial, though I do love them. I have 2. I've purchased 2 from them. It's called Hardwood or something. I can't remember what the name of it is. WOKSHOP.com. Max, can you let Summer?
Yeah. And Lewis.
They call it hardwood or something. It's one piece. This is hold on. This is not multiple pieces of wood. It's all one giant piece. And this thing, listen, is heavy as. It's crazy. I just made the camera bounce.
Yeah.
Hope I didn't throw it off. But this is just one piece. When I got it, it had some cracks in here. There's just a little service announcement if you get one. It had some cracks, a few along the sides. It started to open up a little bit. And I called them up and I go, I'm concerned. I think I got a bad one. They go, no, it happens. They come from China like that. Take it, put it in a big container, soak it, submerge it in water overnight. I go, what's that going to do? They go, it's going to make the cracks go away. Came out the next morning, the cracks that were like this, sealed right up. Never had to do it since. It's amazing. It's great. And it's not crazy expensive at all. Those boards that have all the little pieces all wedged together like a chess board, those are expensive as. So, does Max ever get to eat what you cook? Yes, SQ.
Always.
Max gets everything and he takes home a ton of stuff too.
Yeah.
That burger We just made one. I think I got a third of it. Max got 2/3 of it.
This
True?
has been asked 2 times today. People
Yes.
just want to know. They don't know, am I your son or not? They don't know. A lot of people know, a lot of people don't.
Max is my son. Come over here for a second.
I'm okay here.
You okay there? You want me to turn that little camera on you?
No, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah, I got a big job here.
Max is my oldest. He's 30. I've got a 27-year-old and a 24-year-old.
Jared likes me to hear me talk.
You only made one burger. I know. SQ.
Jared says, I love hearing Max talk. Most people say, shut up, Max.
Yeah, I don't know. Max gets a lot of shit for talking and then for not talking. Sam, where can I find the cutting boards? What are your thoughts on reverse searing chicken and/or steak? Michael Clunk. I'm going to be honest with you, my friend, right now. I think a reverse sear is maybe the best way to go to cook a steak. There is a video. I feel like we need to revisit it, Max. I don't know that we did it the way I would want to do it now.
I'd love to.
But I'll tell you this. So look. It's complicated. Look, if I can do this. Here's the deal. Let me just say this. I'll do this quickly.
Shut up, Max.
Let's say this is a steak. You can see this, right? Your goal generally when you finish cooking a steak, certainly my goal, is you want a pink center, right? You put it on the grill, you cook it. You put it in the pan, you cook it. You flip, you do whatever. You hope you get this pink center without too much gray across the top or bottom. Reverse sear method is this. You take a steak, you put it in a low temperature oven. Doesn't matter if the steak is this big or this big. Well, a thin steak I can cook. I don't need to do this. But a decent sized steak. Put it in a 275 oven. And I like to use a temperature probe. The probe goes into the middle of the steak, comes in the little thermometer box, sits outside. When that steak reaches like 125 degrees, I take the steak out, then I sear it. That's considered reverse sear. The regular way is you'd sear a steak on the cooktop, get beautiful color, then put it into the oven. This way, the cooking it at that low temperature makes this go away. There's not a pink center. It's perfect pink here, here, and here to here. It's unbelievable. And then you just throw it on a flat griddle, a cast iron pan, whatever, to give it color and texture. There is no better way to cook a steak.
Super chat.
Wait, unless you smoke it at 275. Who asked that question? Oh, now it's gone. Oh, Michael Clunk. Unless you smoke it at 275, Michael, and then finish it. Because then you get the benefit of the smokiness of the whole thing, plus it's perfect inside and out. Super chat.
Super chat. Making the pork tenderloin tonight. How long on the grill? Approximately, I guess.
Who's that?
Somebody, Ganilla.
Can we say their name?
Ganilla, I don't know.
How do you spell Ganilla?
Not everybody has their names on there. It's not
Oh, they
like
don't?
Facebook.
I like using people's names. I think it's nice.
Go ahead and put in Ganilla.
So Ganilla.
Say Ganilla. This is
Ganilla. Okay. I'd say, here's what you want to do if it's Ganilla. You don't want the pork ice cold, not right out of the fridge. You want to get it on the grill. You want your grill hot. You want to turn it often. It's probably, and the little tenderloins are about this thick. It might be 10 minutes, the whole thing. But I would get, if you don't have one of these, if you don't have a good instant read thermometer, you should get one. This is not an expensive one. In fact, can we give one away? I got one I can give.
Hell yeah, we can.
How do we do it? Let's just give it to Ganilla.
Ganilla, you get it.
Okay, Ganilla, I don't know. You have to reach out somehow to find us.
Yes.
We'll give you one. It's a brand new in a box. I bought for something else, but I'll send it to you. And please don't ask about the Evo thinking I'm going to give you an Evo, anybody, because that's not going to happen. A good instant read thermometer reads in 3 or 4 seconds, which, okay, as opposed to a not good one that reads in maybe 12 or 13. And I know that difference doesn't seem like that much, but when you're cooking a whole tenderloin or a chicken or a roast in the oven, you open the oven door, it's at 450. Now if you have to wait 15 seconds for this one, you know how much heat you lose? You don't want that. This is what you want. So, about 145 degrees. Look, the government used to say 165 for pork. They lowered that, realizing people were killing their pork and making it completely inedible. So that's a fantastic thing. And by the way, the one that we're going to send you is made by a company called ThermoWorks, and it's worth about 25 bucks. It's fantastic. Get yourself a good instant read thermometer. You'll be very glad you did.
Everyone's going, I am Ganilla. So SQ said, can you do collaborations with other YouTube chefs? I've been
well, I don't know who.
You know, it's funny because when we found out we were going to London, I looked up, there's a channel I've been watching called Sorted, and it's a bunch of British guys in London.
Yeah. One second.
That audio's back now.
Sorry. Anyway, here's what Max was saying. Max was saying, I don't know what he was saying, something. But, so here's a question. Have you, Nonstop Defiance, have you used a laser thermometer? Like this? Like this? Can I do that? Is it going to be really annoying? I just did that into the camera. Probably, look, one of these things. This is for, I think this is what you're talking about. It's for surface temperature. Like my hand right now is 94 degrees. My flat top is 77. Max's neck is 84.
Shouldn't it be 98?
Max is always hot. Let me see. I'm watching the delay. Oh yeah, it did. That was cool. So is that the kind you're talking about? Because yeah, I do use this. I have a pizza oven. I like to get a sense of how hot it is inside before I put a pizza in. By the way, it's an Uni. UUNI. They changed the name to OONI, and we gave away one of those last Christmas.
Yeah, we did.
So, cheese is best to put on a homemade pizza. I find when I put cheddar, it dries out. Kyle, exactly. I'm not a cheddar fan for stuff like that, and I never use cheddar in my eggs. I feel like it sucks up all the moisture. I like either like fresh mozzarella. Or Monterey Jack, or the grated mozzarella is fine. But sometimes I put on feta and goat cheese and stuff like that. That adds a nice little bite. So, I live in Temecula. Let me come and hang out. I am cool, Connor. I appreciate that. Pizza video. Austin Holt's asking for. Yeah, we can do all this. Look, you guys. Justin goes shotgun a beer. No, I could shotgun a bottle of vodka sooner than I could shotgun a beer. I'm not a beer guy. If
you haven't seen today's episode yet, everybody, I'm just going to play a couple shots from it.
I'm not
so you
kidding.
can see a little bit of that action.
Yeah, oh, look at the burger.
Whether you call it a smash burger, a smashed burger, or a diner burger. I'm about to show you a damn
I feel like I should be talking. Should I be talking?
It's about two things. Technique.
Can they hear it?
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, okay.
Before I get going, if you haven't already,
who wrote this? Oh yes, Alyssa says collab with Binging with Babish. Hold on. Why not Big Green Egg? Sort of remember you having one. I have one called the Caliber Pro Kamado. It's an egg. It's a Kamado style cooker. It only takes charcoal. But the one I have actually has a rotisserie that goes onto it, which makes it badass. I love it. Okay, hold on. Talk chat. Is that another one? Live chat. I don't know. Okay, I think we're good.
I think it's time. Oh wait, no, a couple super chats actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, so this is from Santiago. He actually told us to come to Munich earlier, which. Hey, I'm all for again.
Really? I would love to go. I've never been. Love to go to Munich.
But his second one is I'm a big fan of QP Mayo because of you. Keep it going. You must come
Thank
to
you.
Munich.
So here's my question. Speaking of Munich, is it interesting? Look, this has been me in this kitchen. Is it interesting to you guys if we go to another city and show you the food there? Like in London, it's going to be less about here's Buckingham Palace, and here's, the changing of the guard and stuff like that. It's going to be like really food centric. There'll be a couple shots along the way, but food centric. So if that is interesting to you, Just say yes or no. I'm curious to know if there's an appetite for some of this travel. We think there is. I watch some of the cooking channels that have travel or travel channels mostly with some cooking, and I like the idea of it, and we like the idea of it.
We got fans in the UK.
We got fans in the UK, so don't forget.
The Stuckley clan, by the way. Shout out to the Stuckley clan. You helped his wife through pregnancy, and now the baby Ella's watching. So say hello to the Stuckley clan in the UK.
Oh, hello. We're going to be there Saturday the 27th.
Yeah, we are.
Can we have a beer?
We're going to maybe try and figure out how to do some sort of meetup type deal.
Well, that would be great. That would be great. But so, it's still, look, watch YouTube, but also pay attention to my Instagram, because if we can figure out some kind of quick meetup thing in London, then we'll do that. One
more super chat.
Yep.
Traeger or traditional smoker?
Oh.
Burn the Obedient. Thank you for your super chats, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Traeger. I'll tell you why Traeger. The pellet smokers, and it doesn't have to be Traeger. There's a lot of pellet smokers, but the idea that I can put a whole turkey on Thanksgiving Eve at midnight and go to sleep and wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to a perfectly smoked turkey without having to add more charcoal, charcoal or water in the pan underneath, check it, that kind of thing, that is huge. Brisket, 7 o'clock in the morning, go out for the entire day, come back 7 o'clock at night, the brisket is just finishing. That's fantastic. Yeah, yeah. We're getting it back. Are we back?
Hold on. Go. There we go. Now we're back.
Holy shit.
I don't know if you guys heard him yelling at me.
I wasn't yelling. I just said we need a better system. Max, you know the expression "cup's half empty"? Those are Max's batteries. He shows up with half fucking empty batteries.
Hey, this has been quite a long live stream.
This has been quite a long live stream that I'm pretty certain a fully charged battery would have held us through.
We're getting back in the hang of this.
He just gave me the finger. All right, so if you like this, tell us. We'll do more of them. If you have suggestions on what you want to see us shoot in London, leave those suggestions. If you want to meet up in London, let us know how to get a hold of you that way. Next week, we'll do a kitchen tour. You'll see that. We won't do it live, because it'll be much better. We don't have to worry about batteries dying and shitty audio and stuff like that. So we'll do a properly shot kitchen tour video next Wednesday, and go watch the burger that we made today and enjoy it.
Yeah,
and go to the poll. Go to the poll and tell us where we should go. Ireland, Hong Kong. Wait, Ireland, Hong Kong. Yeah, shut up, Max. Ireland, Hong Kong, or Mexico City. Vote, because we go where you tell us. I feel good about this. This is good. Apart from the fact that Max's batteries went out like 12 times, I feel good. I think we did some good work here today.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you being here. Have a good weekend.